Hey everyone, today I want to talk about another reason why I possibly made a mistake switching from Fujifilm. What sparked this thought in my mind is that there was someone who commented in one of the groups that they want to get the Ninja 5 for their Fujifilm X-H1, which is the camera that I had. And the Fujifilm X-H1 does ProRes externally to the Ninja 5. So the Ninja 5, if you don't know, is an external recorder, and it externally records from your camera, and very often your camera will give better videos codecs and better video specs externally to one of these recorders. So, and now for instance, the Fujifilm X-H1 does ProRes, not ProRes RAW, but does ProRes, which is an Apple codec, which is really good, which rivals the RAW output that I get with my Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera 4K. So this sparks a very interesting conversation in my mind anyway, as a camera video creator, and that is that the Ninja 5 is 15,000 Rand or $600 to buy. When I first looked at it, I thought, damn, that's a lot of money. Why would I want to spend all that money on my Fujifilm X-H1, which I loved, by the way. But then the next step is I sold everything and spent almost that amount switching systems. So, with selling the gear and using that money to buy new stuff, I still ended up spending almost around there extra to switch systems, because I needed a lens and this and that and the next thing. So for me, I was like, okay, 15,000 Rand to upgrade my Fujifilm X-H1 to be almost a cinema camera. That's actually, now looking back, not a big price to pay. However, I have ended up with 2 cameras, lenses, and a camera that can shoot in Blackmagic RAW. So already there, the argument, I'm like, okay, I'm feeling a little bit better about my choice. So the benefits of going that route to the Fujifilm X-H1 is you don't have RAW output, but the Fujifilm X-H1 already had great color. Fuji, as you know, is great color. And then on top of that, I was using an Apple computer, but my Apple computer was starting to get quite slow. But ProRes works really nicely in Final Cut Pro 10. So I could have carried on using my old laptop for a little longer, but I did upgrade to a PC, which also, again, this is where the discussion gets very interesting, is because ProRes is great, and I'm sure it'll work fine on my Windows computer, but it really is optimized for an Apple system. So this is where the discussion really gets interesting, because it stops being about the cameras and starts to be about your workflow, about the computer that you've chosen. Well, let's move my smoothie off there. I was always under the impression that you get what you pay for with Apple, and also because Apple is so optimized, you can spend less, get a lower spec machine, and still get what you need. The problem is, I need something that's gonna last me a bit longer and give me more power. The thing about video creation is you need as much power and as much processing power as possible. My PC, I can upgrade at any time. I can upgrade the CPU. I have a Ryzen 5 in here now. I can go up all the way up to Ryzen 9, I think. I've already put a 4 terabytes hard drive extra in this machine. It is a beast. To get the equivalent power, I'm using DaVinci Resolve, which also has great optimization, and with Blackmagic RAW is even more optimized. The workflow is just insane. So this is very comparable to using ProRes on a Mac. The problem with Mac though is that it's not upgradable. I would have to get probably a laptop, because the iMacs, okay, the new ones have just come out, but when I was looking at it, the old iMacs just weren't good enough. So I would have had to go for a MacBook 16-inch. I would have to spec it out, and I'd have to know that the specs are going to last me the test of time, because I can't upgrade the RAM, I can't upgrade the CPU. There's just not much wiggle room there. So I would have to max that laptop out. And the prices that I ended up at is between 50 and 60,000 Rand. My PC cost me 22,000 Rand. That's just crazy money. And so this little discussion, I'm hoping that this thought will help someone out there kind of deciding between you know, upgrading gear, switching systems with your cameras, and is it really worth it? I spent a little bit under 10,000 Rand extra switching systems, which sounds like a lot. But I also was confronted with the thing of, should I go with Mac and use ProRes or something to that effect? Or should I just go with a PC, save the money, and find something that works within that realm? And so I ended up with Blackmagic Raw, which does work really well on this DaVinci Resolve machine. And so I spent just shy of 10,000 Rand on switching systems, and I've got almost everything I need. I just don't have a zoom lens. I've ended up with 2 cameras, one that has a flip out screen, which I didn't have before. This camera also does 10-bit internal 422, I think. It's just crazy what I can get from this G9. And then I've got my cinema camera, which also has, like, you know, features that I really enjoy, like the big screen. It's got a nice chunky grip, and all the sort of attachments and connections I need from a camera. It really is a great combination that I ended up with. So that cost me just shy of 10,000 Rand. And then my PC cost me 22,000 Rand. And the Mac that I needed to upgrade to was going to be 60,000 Rand. And so when you consider the Ninja 5 would have cost me an extra 15,000 Rand, and I would have had to gotten the MacBook, which was 60,000 Rand, that's 75,000 Rand. Here I spent just around 30,000 Rand. So when you look at that kind of money, and you know, bear in mind, this is money that I've saved and worked for over time, I just don't have that extra 45,000 Rand. I just don't have that money. I just do not have it. And so I hope this kind of helps someone who's trying to plan for the future. So short term, yes, maybe the Ninja 5 would be great for whatever application you're working on. But what is the workflow that you're getting yourself into? Is it going to be financially viable moving forward? So yeah, I kind of started this with a selfish note, like something that meant something to me, but I really hope that I ended up with a conclusion that helped someone out there that's trying to decide what system to get into, what money to spend, all that kind of thing, because this really does get quite complicated. So I hope, you know, you're not upset with me for sort of clickbaiting you into this, because I've already done it. Did I make a mistake switching from Fuji? But I hope that this video and this content was helpful for you. Please consider subscribing. I'm going to be, you know, putting out a lot more of this content, you know, thoughts and ideas that concern me about being a content creator and creating video and making photos and all that kind of thing, buying lenses and all that, and what is the most cost effective. Cost effectiveness is probably the most important thing to me in getting into anything. Can I get something that's good and durable and long lasting and will work for me for the cheapest price? Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video.